Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name's Aisa and I'm really glad you clicked on this video. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing this braid out with you guys and showing you step by step how to achieve the perfect braid out. So if you want to see how I achieved it, definitely stay tuned. But before we get into the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. And of course, if you want to see more videos from us, we do hair videos, makeup videos, fashion videos, and lifestyle videos on this channel. So definitely stay tuned after this video and check out our other videos. But yeah, we're gonna get right into this tutorial. Okay guys, so we're gonna get into this hairstyle. You guys know that when I have my robe, we are doing a hair video. Like, I feel like I always wear this in my hair videos, but that's just because it's kind of cold here. And so yeah, I'm gonna be using their curl enhancing smoothie, and yeah, I always use these two, but I'll also be using the black castor oil. You can use whichever one you want. And because my hair is kind of dry-ish, I'm gonna use a spray bottle, of course. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and first start moisturizing. So I'm going to work by section. I normally just part my hair in two sections because that's just how I work. So I'm gonna start with this section first. And I like my hair to be pretty damp. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna use the leave-in conditioner first. And there's not that much left, so I'm going to be very, very mindful of that. I usually put like a ton, but I wanna keep some for my siblings too. So I'm drenching it on the ends first because that gets dry first. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put some of that curl enhancing smoothie. And I always saturate the ends first and work my way up. And then I also just kind of part in the middle just so I can get the other parts. Okay, and lastly, I'm gonna go in with that oil and just seal everything in. So it's very simple, guys. I'm also going to put some on my edges because they could use some tender loving care. And since like they're always styled, it's important to like take care of them too. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing on this side of my hair. Okay, so now that I'm done saturating and moisturizing my hair, I'm gonna go ahead and do braids. Now this style, I'm going to do it very easily for like people that don't know how to cornrow, because I do know some people don't know how to cornrow. So this is going to be very beginner friendly for you guys. But you can also cornrow and you'll get like the same results or maybe even better. So that can be another alternative. But this one I'm going to do without doing cornrows, and next time we'll do cornrows just to see if there's a difference, you know. So you don't need to do a lot of braids and you don't need to do them that small. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to section my hair into 4 sections, and it doesn't need to be like perfect either. So because I want a side part, I think I'm going to section off like this. So this can be in that braid. Yeah, something like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and section off these 2 sections first. I normally do 4 sections, and then what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to make them like split this into like 2 more sections or like 4 more sections. We'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna put that away and we're gonna work on this little section. Now this section, there's not that much hair, so I think I'm going to section it off into 2 sections, just so you know it's easier. And all you need are braids. Yeah, I think I'm going to do 2 sections. So I'm going to put this section away and just start on this section. I'm going to go ahead and just braid normally. So you want to split and make sure there's 3 equal sections and just start braiding. Okay, and I'm not going to braid really all the way down to the end, but I'm going to twist the ends like when it gets really thin, because there's not really a point in braiding that low, to be honest. And I'm just twisting that, and that is my braid. So I'm going to keep doing the same thing all throughout my hair. Okay, so since this section is bigger, I'm probably going to go ahead and do like 4 braids, I want to say, because it's like really big, or at least 3 braids. Or actually there might be more than 4 braids, but we'll see. So this is what my braids look like, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some more black castor oil and just put that on the tip of my fingers and put some more in on my edges, just because I want them to be protected. So this is it. Now I'm going to be keeping this in for a couple of days just because I'm not going anywhere. So I'm going to let it dry, and what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to take a rubber band and just tie it so that it can like be stretched out and not shrink up so much. So I'm going to tie it into a ponytail, and you can literally wear this out like this. And of course, if you want to wear it out in like braids, you can always make the braids neater, but like I said, I'm not going to be going anywhere over the next few days. So I'm just putting it like this, and I'm going to tie it so that the braids can stay stretched out basically. So it's going to look something like this. And yeah, you can always put some more elastics if you want them to like go all the way, but as you can see, my hair is staying. So yeah, I'm gonna be keeping this in for a few days and just chill, and I'll be back when I come and take it out to show you guys the final results of this braid out. Okay, so it is a few days later, and I'm about to take off this little bun that I did. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off that elastic band. As you can see, I already did my makeup. So I dropped my elastic band right behind me, guys. But yeah, this is what my braids look like. I feel like some parts are still a little wet. It's probably just the parts, but they're not really like wet, they're just damp. So yeah, this is what my braids look like. I'm gonna go ahead and put a bit of oil on my fingertips, just so I minimize breakage. And I'm actually going to put them on all the ends at first, so section by section. And this is just going to minimize breakage and frizz, guys. So I'm gonna do these ones too, put them on the ends. So in order to help me, I'll use a little pick just because it's going to make like the process so much easier of detangling, especially like the ends over here. And yeah, this is technically like my first braid out, you know, because I never really wear braid outs. Like when I remove my braids from a style, I just leave it. But my hair is always so curly, so I wanted to actually try and make it a braid out, like, you know, and actually wear it and see how it looks. So just be gentle while taking out these braids because you don't want to cause too much frizz right away. So if you're doing it with your hands, like right now I'm using my hands, just be gentle. Yeah, I feel like the part over here was kind of still a little damp, but that's fine. Okay, so this is what this section looks like. I'm just going to leave it like this for now, and then I'll go and fluff it out later. And this is this side. It looks pretty defined, which I'm not surprised about, because when I normally do braids, my braids always come out like defined, like when I take them out. And that's just like with my cornrows, or you know, when I'm just doing braids for under my wigs. So I expected this to be pretty defined. Other section, you can always go and add more oil to your fingers if you know they get dry. Okay, and this is my other braid. I really like how like defined these are so far. I feel like it's going to give me a different look, so I'm really excited. This section I'm kind of being a little careful because it's kind of damp, because that's where like my elastic band was, so it didn't dry completely. Just like this little section I already took off. Okay, another braid. Keep in mind guys, I did these braids like pretty big and they're still really defined, so that's a good thing. Damn, I'm really liking these braids so far. Okay, so this is basically one side, but I'll go ahead and fluff that out later. Gonna finish off this side, but like, can you see the curls? Like, okay, so I already started fluffing it out a little bit off camera, but I'm going to show you guys how I do it in the front. So this one is fluffed out, but basically you're gonna take one of them strands like this one, and what you're gonna do, you're just going to separate where it naturally separates. So you see how it was already separating here? I'm just going to separate it, and don't force it guys, because if you force it, you're going to cause frizz. So you just separate it as much as you want, and you keep separating, like I said, where it naturally separates. So you don't have to like separate it into small strands like that. Like these are really small. I generally, for the back, I mostly kept it big. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one and I'm just going to separate a little bit. Like that's fine. This one, I'll do the same. Just separate where it normally separates, where you feel it separating, you know? You don't want to cause too much frizz and make it lose like its shape. So like that. So in order to do that, you're gonna have to mostly start at the roots, so that you see where it wants to separate. So that's one side, and I'm going to finish off this side too, because I didn't finish it. I wanted to finish it in front of you guys. So I'm gonna take this piece, you see where this is separating, I'm gonna go and separate that, and then I'm gonna go at the root, and just wherever I see that it's separating, I'll go and separate. And then this piece I'm going to separate just a little more. Yeah, and you can keep separating as much as you want guys. If you want smaller strands, separate it smaller. If you want to keep this hairstyle for a long time, I would definitely recommend for you to just separate a little bit, not too much, so that you can keep the style longer. Okay, so this is basically what it looks like. And then I'm gonna go with my fingers. I'm going to put a little bit of oil on my fingers, just a little bit, because this castor oil is really heavy. Then I'm gonna go underneath and just kind of fluff out my hair from the bottom, and then mostly in the middle too, because I want that middle part to be gone, or that part in general. So okay, now I'm going to go ahead and style it a little bit. I actually really like it. It looks really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my edges. I'm going to use my edge brush, and I'll be using the Shine and Jam just because I ran out of my edge control, but it's okay. My edge brush is kind of a little wet, so I'm going to do my baby hairs with it. So I'll take a little bit of gel, and this part is optional guys. Like if you don't want to do your baby hairs, you really don't have to. I just like that look better. And then I'm going to do the sideburns. Okay, so something like this. Now something you can do if you want to, you can kind of pin it so that it falls in the front. I don't know if I want to do that. So I think I'm going to try it. I'm just going to pin it so that it can kind of like give it a little bit more dimension. And you don't have to do this, guys, but basically you see how it kind of gave it a little more pizzazz. That's what I wanted. So that's pretty nice, but I like how this side has volume, but this one kind of looks flat. So I'm going to keep like playing with it and just kind of fluffing it out a little bit. I think it's mostly in the front. That's like the problem. Okay, that's not bad. You can always go with a pick and just kind of pick it like this to like bring it up, you know, but I think I'm good. And then next I'm also going to fix the edges here because I didn't do nothing to them. Okay, so basically this is what my hair looks like. Yeah, you can always just keep playing with it until you get your desired look, guys. But basically I think I'm good with this. So guys, this is how my braid out turned out, and I actually really like it. I feel like it looks really nice, and I don't know, it's a different hairstyle for me. I think I'll definitely start doing more braid outs because every time I do them, my hair is really defined, and I actually feel like it looks really nice like every time I take out braids, because I've never actually worn my hair out in a braid out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give us a like and definitely subscribe to the channel and join the family. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys! We just wanna party, we don't wanna hurt nobody. We just wanna party.